What is going on, everyone? It's the Mac Attack here, and welcome to a brand new movie review. And today, a few hours ago, I just got back from watching Gladiator II, the long-awaited sequel of the epic Ridley Scott phenomenon known as The Gladiator. And this is one of those films that had lots of mixed bags. Some people were excited, and most were very against the idea, and for good reason. Gladiator as a film was a film that was just, story-wise, it's one and done. You know what the story is, and how it ends, and how much of a good impact this movie does give the story, and the way it ends in somewhat of a good note, to where it doesn't really give much a reason for a sequel to even happen. But fast forwarding to today's Hollywood, we know that movies we never asked for do end up happening. And Ridley Scott, you have to thank for the simple fact of the existence of Gladiator II. You guys saw that in my teaser trailer reaction for Gladiator II. I thought it looked very cool for the most part, other than the very off-putting fact that a rap song was used in the trailer, and that being one of the biggest reasons why that trailer got so freaking ratioed to hell. Like, no joke. And I do agree. Instead of using the actual theme of Gladiator in the trailer, they used a fucking rap song that uses the word Coliseum. And it's like, yeah, it's honestly the stupidest idea you could ever do. But other than that, the other trailers kind of gave you a better look and an understanding of the details and story for Gladiator 2, and I get what Ridley Scott is going for with this sequel. And of course, as you know, Gladiator 2 is of course directed by Ridley Scott once again. So obviously this movie gives you the point and perspective of the little boy from the first movie, Lucius, who is, of course, the main protagonist of this new movie, where he's all grown up, and it's 15 years later after the events, 15 years later after the events of the first movie. The whole dream that Maximus gives has been completely forgotten, as the whole gladiator thing, where it's slaves become gladiators, ends up coming back with new tyrannical emperors and stuff like that taking over Rome, and of course, Lucius is the one who is wanting revenge this time against, you've seen the trailers. Obvious enough, this sequel is, I will go ahead and say this right now. It is a well-shot film. I think it was shot perfect. I think some of the acting was pretty good for the most part. I will say, though, that the two twin antagonists really was weird to me, to be honest. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And of course, like I said, some of the acting I thought was really good for the most part. And I get what Ridley Scott was trying to go for the story. And other than that, I do know that some bits of the story for this film is kind of recycled plot points of the first movie. And yeah, I kind of saw that. I kind of felt that in some ways. The whole slave becoming gladiator thing. That was a reused plot point from the first film that was brought over to this movie. And in many ways, people don't like that. And that's obviously understandable in some points. Now, I will say for the most part, I did find myself somewhat entertained with the action sequences of this movie. I thought those scenes were actually pretty crazy for the most part, but again, I will definitely tell you this right now, that this movie is nowhere near as good as the first movie. Gladiator 1 is infinitely better, in my opinion, in definitive ways. Thankfully, I managed to watch that movie way before seeing this new Gladiator film. And I do agree that the first one's a lot more better in many, many ways. This new one, there's some things I liked about it. There's some things I enjoyed about it. I liked that it was about Lucius. I like that. I liked that this movie did not really bring or didn't really mention much about Maximus, even though you would think that they would do that since Lucius is basically the new Maximus in this movie as what they kind of advertise so far. And of course, other than some of the recycled plot points in the film, there are twists that this movie does end up pulling that I think differentiate from everything that happens in the first Gladiator. That I definitely say I liked a lot. But other than that, despite some of those things, I will go ahead and tell you right now that Gladiator II, in my opinion, I thought it was good. I thought it was good on its own merits. It's nowhere near as good as the first Gladiator, but I do gotta say, I thought it was good on its own. I understand some of the recycled things being used, and yeah, they could have done some things differently, but it is what it is, I guess. And then, of course, sometimes there are some things that will leave you with questions with this film for how they kind of do this sequel in a way, to where it gives you the whole thought that, yeah, this film didn't need to happen. I do, in many ways, agree that this film didn't need to happen. And even if I thought this was a good movie, I still think this movie should have not happened, because this does leave some questions on why did this not happen, or why did this not happen, and stuff like that. And, you know, this movie does give you some questions in some ways. But if you just want to be somewhat entertained with the action sequences and stuff, and if you just are a sucker for nostalgia, then I'm sure you'll like Gladiator 2 in a way. But if you're someone who's against the idea for a sequel of Gladiator 2, I do not recommend this movie for you in many ways. So what do I give Gladiator 2? So, I will go ahead and give Gladiator 2 an 85% good. This is a good rating, obvious enough. Now, is this movie perfect? No. It's nowhere near as perfect as the first Gladiator. So, I would prefer you to watch the first movie more than this new one if you want to watch something that actually is more good. But other than that, that is all I got to say for my movie review for Gladiator 2. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe down below for more videos in the future of this channel going forward. Click the bell and notification down below if you want more videos to appear and be notifying you on my channel's future uploads. And I will see you guys in my next video. The MacTac, signing out. Have a good one. Hello everyone, to the new viewers of my YouTube channel who watch and enjoy my content. If you enjoy my content, I figured out that most of you are not subscribed, so here's my little reminder to let you guys know that subscribing to my channel is free with no charge, and that also shows me that you show massive support to my channel going forward. So, thank you guys for watching my content, and I will continue to give you guys some good content on my YouTube channel. Thank you again, and have a good day.